Alright, I've got my panel ready to go on top of the platform. I've got my hole in the back cut out for the dryer vent. I've cut it kind of elongated so that there would be less stress on the flexible vent. I've got these notches cut out to go around the door frame. Got the front edge of it rounded over for smoothness. So this is ready to install, other than probably put a little bit of paint on it, at least around the edges where it'll be seen. So let me go ahead and throw a little bit of paint on this. Alright, first coat, primer coat is on. So once that dries, I'll be able to come back and give it some real color. I'm just going to paint it white, but just showing you the progress. Okay, I'm setting up a straight edge to make this center cut on my face trim, and the blade is actually 1 inch from the edge. So on this side I want to mark 1 inch over from my cut line, but on the other side I need to compensate for the thickness of the blade, so I need to measure 1 inch and about 1.5 sixteenths. Yeah, I don't know what that is, 3/32, I guess, but that's how far over I need to go in order for the cut to line up. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up and make this cut. Okay, I got this first piece cut out, and I have one coat of primer on, and you'll notice that the left side is longer than the right side, and that is because I didn't have a sheet or a remnant of that original sheet long enough to cover the entire front face. So I'm going to be doing this in 2 sections. It wasn't worth it for me to go buy a complete new sheet of plywood just for a 1 foot section off of this end. So I'm going to do that in 2 sections, and I'll do my best to match those 2 butt ends together so that you can't tell that there's a joint there. If I have to put some spackling or something, I'll do that. But I'll wait for this to dry, and then I'll put a couple of coats of white paint on it, and then I'll be able to get that installed. Okay, this house was originally built with a 110 outlet for the dryer, but we converted that over to 220, and this plate was never installed, so I'm going to go ahead and install a plate there to cover that up. Alright, I got my first face plate up there, and I'm going to clamp it in and put a couple of brad nails in to hold it on. Then I'll get that last little piece in the back, and I'll be able to set my floor. So let me get to that. Alright, I've got both sections of the faceplate installed. Looks pretty good. I can barely even make out that seam. But now that that's installed, I can go ahead and get to placing the floor on there. Alright, I got the floor in. You can see how that's the direction that dryer vent, the dryer's on the right hand side, so having that hole elongated took some stress off of that. It's not a perfect fit, but it's not bad. It's close enough that once I get some trim on here that you won't be able to see any of the gaps. Got a little bit of an overhang on the front, which is Actually going to hide that seam underneath pretty nicely. But the idea is to take these bottom drawers, slide them in here, and then set the washing machine and dryer up on top. And I'm sorry I can't, it's really cramped in here, so it's really tough for me to get a full picture of everything. But once I get everything up onto the floor, it'll look a little bit better. All right, we're getting ready to place the washing machine and the dryer up on the platform. But before we do that, my son's helping me out by removing the dryer from the cabinet from below. Then once he gets that off, then we'll be able to move those up onto the platform. All right, we got both the washer and dryer installed. Still need to come back and put some caulking in the corners, and I need to replace that bottom shelf. I need to raise it up a little bit so I can get that little second shelf in here. But everything lines up nice. So we'll call that a successful project. Got room back here for hanging aprons and a little step stool. So let me back up. And there we go. Thanks for watching.